Oh. Maharajji Pranam, we can start. Thank you so much again obliging us, and people were so happy, they are benefiting from your lecture so much. So Udandaji will speak a sentence and then you can start your lecture. Udandaji Maharajji.
Thank you, Nirmalji. I, on the behalf of Ramakrishna Vedanta Society of the Philippines, welcome you all. And already we are running late, so I would humbly request Maharaj to please continue. Pranam Maharaj, thank you very much for accepting our request. Please, Maharaj.
Start. Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mruta Duhe Namaha. This is the third occasion we are meeting for introduction to Bhagavad Gita. And we had a 1 hour class, then we had a 2 hour class, and I asked for one more 1 hour class. Now, I am not going to revise all that we told on those 2 occasions. I wanted to start from the colophon at the end of each chapter. That colophon is there. From there I wanted to start. But today I am going to start from the 18th chapter. 18th chapter. Those who have the book, preferably Shankar Bhashya or no, please open your book on the 18th chapter. Because 18th chapter contains all that is been told in the 17 chapters. Shankaracharya is telling there in the introduction that all the meaning of the Gita Shastra has to be concluded, and all the meaning of the Vedas have to be told, complete. So this chapter is beginning. And then he says, in this chapter, all the content or the meaning of previous all chapters is included. So that is the importance of this chapter. So now the Arjuna's question in this chapter. Arjuna Vacha Sannyasasya Mahabaho Tattvamichhami Veditum Tyagasya cha Rishikesha Prithak Keshi Nishudana. Prithak. So, what he is asking? He has heard 17 chapters and he has no doubts now, because he had told in the beginning of 11th chapter, I have no doubts. And even then, Bhagavan continued and he asked certain questions. That was about practical difficulties. Those are also being solved. So now he is not asking a question because of any doubt. Then what is his question? In all the previous chapters, we have dealt with Karma Yoga, including Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, we are told, and the appendices also. In all of them, Arjuna found two things. That moksha will be attained only by knowledge. He clearly found this. And you are not fit for that. You have to do Karma Yoga. So he has understood that Karma Yoga will lead to sannyas, and then that will lead to moksha. Jnana Nishtha is equated with sannyas. So here many comments have to be made. This Gerua cloth does not mean sannyas according to Gita. A state of the mind is called sannyas in the Gita. Jnana Nishtha and sannyas are equated everywhere in Vedanta. That means a person has transcended his I am the doer consciousness. I am the doer consciousness has been transcended, because of which knowledge has started coming. He is able to feel Brahman. A sadhak is able to feel Brahman. That is the meaning of knowledge has come. Knowledge has started to come. And from here, knowledge has to develop. And that developed knowledge will give him full knowledge, the realization of Brahman. Arjuna has understood this thing very clearly. But in Karma Yoga, this was told. In Dhyana Yoga, this was told. Well, remember that shloka? Arulukshor muner yogam karma karanam uchyate yoga arudasya tasaiva shamak karanam uchyate. So, during Dhyana also, this was told. But our sadhana is not going to be for understanding. We have to divide karma, bhakti, jnana, dhyana. Our sadhana is not going to proceed that way. Our sadhana is all-comprehensive sadhana. So, Arjuna wants, please tell me separately, Prithak, what is the underlying principle of sannyasa? He is asking for that. Why? He has understood that moksha can be had only by sannyas is equal to jnana-nishtha. But he has also understood that unless we do our karma properly, we cannot come to the knowledge or jnana-nishtha at all. So in the second question he asked, please tell me about tyaga. What is tyaga? See, funny thing, sannyas separately, tyaga separately. Not enjoyment separately and tyaga separately. Tyaga separately and sannyas separately. So he has understood the main principle of karma yoga is karma phala tyaga. Karma phala tyaga is the main principle of karma yoga. So when he asks, tell me about tyaga, he means tell me about karma yoga. Tell me about karma nishtha. Second time. First time, jnana yoga. That has another hint. From the beginning we saw, he wanted to avoid karma, and he has seen that moksha can be attained by knowledge only, but he has understood that without karma he is not going to reach there. So that is what is his question. And as Shankaracharya says, in reply, Bhagavan is going to tell the whole Gita, not only that, but whole of Vedas. Nothing outside the 18th chapter will remain. So, if we are understood, from the beginning we have seen, we have to understand Arjuna to understand Bhagavan. So, I understood Arjuna's question. I hope all of you have understood. Now, as I told you, we get sannyas after 9 years. Can the fitness be counted in years? And this also, the rule has gone on changing. In the beginning, my Guruji was given sannyas after 3 months of joining. And generally 3 years of brahmacharya. Now 9 years. So, this rule, our teachers have told us, our seniors have told us, this is called organizational sannyas. This is not real sannyas. This is sannyas. This ceremony will imprint central sanskaras on us and we will be able to get real sannyas. So, this is given. In other sampradayas, as soon as you join, you get sannyas. Are they fit? That is the greatest mistake all of them are doing. They think they have done Virja Homa, sannyas, so they are fit for knowledge. Absolutely not. They have to do a lot of karma. and they are not doing that. So, this is the question. I hope all of us have understood now. Now, Bhagavan has his own style. He will not tell as Arjuna has asked, he will reply completely, but his style will be different. Because he knows Arjuna today is fit for Karma Yoga. So he will tell in detail about Karma Yoga first, up to 48 shlokas. 49 and 50 are the transition shlokas. When you have attained purity, what is the meaning? And further, there the word is there. Sannyasena adhigacchati. So further progress will be by sannyasa. Sannyasa is a process, same as jnana nishtha. And in 50th, that is summed up the further process, nishtha jnanasya ya para. When this jnana nishtha attains the ultimate stage, then you will get knowledge. Okay? Now, another point is, there is something called fake sannyas. I am not fit and yet I stop my work. And that will not lead me anywhere. So, Bhagavan, first of all, will distinguish between the real sannyas and the fake sannyas. And tell Arjuna, this fake sannyas will not be of any help whatsoever. Giving up work without attaining the purity which work gives will not lead you anywhere. I am not reading shlok by shlok, but that is the first thing Bhagavan will tell. Now, there are we will introduce two sides. Philosophers. Sankhya philosophers will tell us, karma is bad, give it up. Karma is bad, give it up. Mimamsaka people will tell us, karma you have to continue till the end. Karma you have to continue till the end. These opposite views Bhagavan puts before us and says, my opinion is different from both of them. And what is your opinion, sir? He says 3 types of work which the Mimamsakas are telling, Yajna, Dana, Tapa. They are telling this must be done till the end. I also say this must be done because they are purifiers. They are telling if you do this, you are getting Swarga, some moksha. But I am telling these works have to be done because they are purifiers. Obviously, when you are purified, then you do not require them. So this is the first point he teaches. Now, we have seen throughout Gita, in the 4th chapter we have seen more clearly, karma by itself is not leading to Chitta Shuddhi. Karma has either to be given a dose of knowledge or karma has to be given a dose of bhakti. Now, karma with a dose of knowledge. Knowledge means analysis. So, up to shloka 44, 45, Bhagavan tells about analysis. Analyze your karma, analyze your karta bhav, analyze your jnana, analyze your sukha, analyze your buddhi, analyze your dhruti, and make everything ideal. If you make all these things ideal, your karma, your karta, you are not given up karta, but you can have karta to the best. You can have karma to the best. And for karma, karta, your knowledge should be best as possible in the karma stage. And then you require buddhi So buddhi also should be ideal. You require tenacity. Tenacity also should be ideal. And nothing you can do without the prompting of pleasure. No man does anything without the prompting of pleasure as the hope or as the basis. Bhagavan knows it very well. So he said, make your desire for happiness also ideal. Desire for happiness is in everybody. Nobody does any work without the prompting of desire, happiness, either as the beginning or as the hope. Now, how to make it ideal? Tat jnanam satvikam, tat sukham satvikam proktam. You have sukha, satvik, rajasic, tamasic. If you taste the Vishayananda, you are doomed. That is rajasic, ordinary man's pleasure is in indriyas. And that is not going to lead you anywhere in spiritual life. And then distorted sukha is in sleeping, and that will not lead you anywhere. So ideal sukha is you get that by practice. In the beginning it may appear little bitter. But if you practice a little, it will catch you and it will lead you to total destruction of misery, possibility of misery. Up to that it will take you. And that he calls Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. By tranquility of your mind, you are getting a sparsha of Brahman, and that is the joy which will go on increasing and take you beyond all sorrow. So in this way, he has shown the ideal karma on the basis of jnana, which is analysis. Now, in 2 shlokas only, he shows you need not think of any of this. If your karma has the bhakti as the basis, it is enough. If your karma has bhakti as the basis, you need not go about analyzing so many things. What you should know? 46. Shloka 46. Yata pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tam abhyarcha siddhim vindati manava. Siddhim vindati. We have seen in Gita, siddhi means the purification attained by karma. And for moksha, he calls it sansiddhim, paramam siddhim, something like that. So you will get purification if we follow these 3 things. That's all. You need not go about analysis of sattvic, rajasic, tamasic at all. And what are the 3 things? Yata pravrittir bhutanam. That means yata, from whom? From Brahman, from God. We are born from God. Point number 1. Point number 2, pravritti means our capacity to work. Everybody has a different capacity to work. We call it talent or potentials or all that. Somebody is good in painting, somebody is doing farming, somebody is doing intellectual work. And he has explained, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Visham, Shudranam, Cha Parantapa. So everybody has his work drawn out. Now, that tendency to work, that capacity to work is also from Brahman. I think we have referred sometimes to Kenopanishad, that Agni and that Vayu. Agni has the power of burning at the will of Brahman. He has given you, lent you to use. If He does not wish, you cannot burn even a straw. Why you cannot blow up even a straw if Brahman does not wish it? So this is the meaning of Yata Pravrittir Vetanam. Two meanings. You are born from God and all your capacities of work are from God. He has lent you. If you do properly, okay. If not, He may withdraw. This is the first principle. Second principle, everywhere God is filled. God is filled everywhere. All pervading nature of God, we are reminded. Yena sarvamidam tatam. Brahman or God has pervaded all this. We can call this technically as deification of the subject, spiritualization of the subject, and deification of the object, spiritualization of the object. Common example. A housewife is rolling rotis. God is filled in that roti. God is filled in that chakla. God is filled in that pin. God is filled in that. God is filled in the atta. And God also is filled in the stomachs of those people who are going to eat. If we can think like this, that is the second part. First part is you are not the doer, God is the doer. Your faculty to work is God's faculty. If these two principles are accepted, absorbed, then third one will automatically come, but it has been told. Then all your work becomes worship of God. You know, Swami Vivekananda said work is worship. That is the meaning of work is worship. If you have the consciousness that I am born from God, all my capacity of work is from God, and God is filled with everywhere, whatever I work. I am tempted to, time is flying, right? I am tempted to give an example. Anyway, forget about it. Now, simple thing like offering food to God changes the whole idea of food. Whole idea of food. That food is no longer food. It is prasadam. I am experiencing it every day in this Belur mat. So, then what will happen? Your work is worship. Your work, you have to think that it is worship. Both. Automatically your work is worship, or you have to feel that your work is not work, it is worship. Whatever work you are doing. If you do this, then what will happen? Siddhim vindati manava. You will be purified totally. Now, one or two shlokas intervene about what work you do and all that. 49. Asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigata spruha naishkarma siddhim paramam sannyasena adhigacchati. So purification of the mind, what it means is in the first line. Asakta buddhi sarvatra. You are unattached everywhere. Neither your body, nor your ego, nor your friends, nor your relatives. Totally unattached you become. That is the meaning of purification. Jitatma. You gain control totally over yourself. Body, indriyas, mind and everything is totally under your control. That is the meaning of purification. And vigata spruha. You don't have any ambition. The only desire left in you is to realize God. Spura is ambition. Greatness, this or that. No ambition, no desire other than realizing God has remained in you. That is the definition, that is the test, whether you attain purity by karma or not. Suppose you attain this, Then next is sannyasa. Your karma ego is gone. You are only I am experiencing God. Now that has to go. That has to dissolve. That is sannyasa. Sannyasa is the process by which the experiencer I dissolves into God. And this you get only after your mind is purified. And so, sannyasena paramam nashkarma siddhim apnoti. That siddhi, paramam siddhim, you will get. So in that one shloka, that is the reply to Arjuna's question. In the 50th, how you get? By Jnana-nishtha. That Jnana-nishtha has to attain a perfection. Jnana-nishtha means glimpse of God you are getting, it is vanishing, getting vanishing. That has to become continuous, that has to be strong, and that has to reach its perfection. What is the perfection? I is lost. I, the experiencer, also is lost. That is the perfection. And that he has described the process in 5 shlokas. 51 to 55. In the whole 18th chapter, Arjuna's question describes sannyasa that he has done only in 51 to 55. Okay? So that is the 18th chapter. Understood? Now we go back. Go back. That day we had come up to 9. And I was going to tell about 9th when the thing stopped. Now 9th chapter is known as Sharanagati chapter. 9th chapter is known as Ananya Bhakti chapter. 9th chapter has many, many important shlokas. The fundamental philosophy of 9th chapter is in shloka 4 and 5. 9th chapter, 4 and 5. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyaktamurtina mastani sarva bhutani nacha aham teshu avasita nacha mastani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutavrut nacha bhutasto mamatma bhuta bhavana. So they appear contradictory. I am filled everywhere. Why we do not say? I am filled everywhere in an avyakta roop, unseen roop. So every world, whole world is within me. I am within your world. But suppose it is a progression. Suppose you attain this state. Suppose we experience this. Then the world will drop out. The I will drop out. If everything is filled with God, this is the first experience. And automatically, the next experience will be, it is God alone, there is nothing. So if there is nothing, then how can you say, I am in the things or things are in me? That is the meaning. And then he says, Pashyame yogam aishwaram. I am God. See my magic. I am making people grow what I am not in them. So, this whole chapter, those who want technical terms, it is called transcendental immanence. 7 to 12 are all immanence, bhakti. But 9th is transcendental immanence. And if this has been absorbed, even the karma yoga is redefined. Yat karoshi dasnasi yat johosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya Tat Kurushya Madarpanam, 26th sloka of the 9th chapter. Your doership you give to me. You need not give me a flower or fruit or anything. Whatever you eat, whatever you do, a spiritual sadhana, whatever you give in charity, that giving, that work, that doership you give to me. So that is defines karma yoga, bhakti yoga, everything. If you do that, then whether you are a woman or a Vaishya or a Shudra, it does not matter. You are coming to me. Because previously people thought only Brahmins or Kshatriyas can be. He said, no. If this principle is followed, then Striya, Vaishya, Shudra, they piyati param. And if you are a sinner, worst sinner, but your direction is proper in this direction, then you attend me. People will call you a great saint. And we have enough examples in Sri Ramakrishna. Girish Chandra Ghosh, Kalipada Ghosh, Surendranath, drunkards, and whatnot. Sri Ramakrishna said in a few days, people will be surprised, that Girish and this Girish. So, that is 9th chapter. Either you are born in a particular caste or man, woman, does not matter. If you are sinner, does not matter. If you rightly resolve, you are going to reach me. Okay? 10th chapter. 10th chapter is called Immanental Immanence. Arjuna asked a question. In 10th chapter there are two parts. 8, 9, 10, 11 shlokas. That is one part. If my devotees are there, I supply knowledge to them. That is one part. Second part is Arjuna asked the question, my mind is externalized. Even if the mind is externalized, how I should remember you? I should not forget you. And for that, Bhagavan says, if you want to think of mountains, think of Sumeru. If you want to think of steady things, think of Himalaya. If you want to think of rivers, think of Ganges. If you want to think of Pandavas, think of yourself. If you want to think of Vrishnis, think of me. If you want the best people, archers, think of Ramchandra. So nothing he leaves. So that is called immanental immanence. You understood? That is the 10th chapter. Of course, he begins and ends by telling why you should know so many things. You should know that I am the beginning, middle and end of all beings. All are in me. The whole world is one part of mine. That is the 10th chapter. What is 11? By now, Arjuna's intellectual doubts have been solved. And Arjuna, being a sadhak, feels that he should experience what he has learned. So he says, my doubts have vanished, but can I experience what you have told, that you are everywhere, Vishwaru? Bhagavan says, by your vision you cannot see. That means Arjuna's desire has come to see, but his capacity has not yet come. Bhagavan says, I give you capacity. He did not give him binocular, divyam dadamite chakshum. He raised the level of his consciousness. To whom it is done? One is capable of getting it afterwards. There are several examples of this also. Holy Mother's dear attendant, Arupanand Swami, it is not in the books. One day I told Mother, what is the use of living with you? She said, what? People, why I am not become fully pure? She said, what? People call you pure? He said, that does not matter. why I think of woman as woman, that is my question. She said, oh, like that. And she placed her hand on his head. Immediately he understood there is a total transformation. And to test himself, he brought all the dirty pictures and actresses, naked women and all that, and hung in his room. But he is not able to feel any woman. He is able to feel the goddess, 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 goddess. So he went to mother and said, Mother, you have won. He said, my child, this is due to my touch. It will go away. But you will struggle and get it by your own struggle. So like that, Bhagavan said, now I will raise your mind. And you will see what you wanted to see. Later on, you will get it. So in the 11th chapter is called Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. And this Vishwarupa is not a static something. It has 2-3 aspects. One is, all the world is my body. All the bodies are my body. So he shows both of them. All the bodies, gods, goddesses, men, animals, everything is in one body. And Bhagavan is in all bodies. And then the scene changes. Because Bhagavan definition is that Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. So he shows the Pralaya. He shows that none of the fighters in both the senas is going to remain. I have killed all of them already. You have to become only Nimitta. And especially where the doubt was there. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Jayadratha. These 4 names he takes and all others are killed, you find. So this is the 11th chapter. And at the end of 11th chapter, there is a shloka where again Shankaracharya has said, this is the sadhana point of view, the summary of whole Gita. Nirvaira Sarvabhuteshu.
Mat karma thing, last 55. Mat karma thing.
Mat karma krut, mat paramo, mat bhakta, sangha varjita, nirvaira sarvabhuteshu sa mameti pandava. Okay? This is 11th chapter. Now 12th chapter is called Bhakti Yoga. Those 7 to 12 all are Bhakti Yoga. But 12th chapter is called Bhakti Yoga because Arjuna has asked a question there. What you have taught me is Saguna Upasana leading to Nirguna. Because you will get me. Saguna Upasana leading to Nirguna. But I see before me people are there who from the beginning are engaged in Nirguna Upasana. So either they are superior or I am superior. Bhagavan says this question does not stand. You are superior if you do your sadhana with full faith. Then you are superior. Parama Shraddha, if you do, you are superior. And about those people, they are very different. They have no body consciousness. They have total control over their organs. And that is how they worship the Nirguna. And where will they go? They will come to me only. That is the 12th chapter. And to show that Saguna sadhana is not easy. If you are not able to do like this, do like this. If you are not able to do like this, do like this. If you are not able to do like this, you do. So we feel, Bhagavan says, don't tell me what you cannot do. Tell me what you can do. And that itself will lead you to the goal. And there he talks of Tyaga. The principle of all this is Tyaga. If you do Tyaga, you will get moksha. That is the 12th chapter. Then Shloka 13 to 20 describe the ideal Bhakta. If you have observed all this, see how it will become. See how it will become. Advaita Sarvabhuta Namana. So Gita tells about the perfected man in Sita Prajna Lakshan, ideal Bhakta Lakshan, and 14th chapter Gunatita Lakshan. So now we come to the 13th chapter. 13th chapter, 13, 14 and 15 are Jnana Yoga, I told you in the beginning. 13th chapter is the very base of the Gita. He says, whatever you think you are is nothing but a farm, a field. That is not you. What body, mind, Ichha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham, Sanghata, Chetana, Dhruti, that is not you. That is all a farm, a field. Because you bow something and you reap the result. So that is a field. Then what are you? He says there is no you. There is one consciousness. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharat. Everybody has his own field, but the farmer I am of all the fields. So that is the knowledge portion. That I consciousness is wrong, is a myth. What you feel as I consciousness are only parts of your field. Sanghata, Chetana, Dhruti, I am not going to explain every shloka. What is the whole world? 13th chapter is also important. Bhagavan tells the means of sadhana. Beautiful, no doubt. Dhyanena atmani pashyanti kechid atmanam atmana anne sankhena yogena karma yogena chapre. Let Shankaracharya say anything. Bhagavan himself is telling some people attain me by karma. Karma yogena chapre. And some people do not know any of these. Dhyana is the first. Then Jnana Yoga, Sankhya, analysis. Then Karma. Dhyana first. Dhyana includes Jnana, Bhakti, everything. Okay. And some people who do not know any of these, but they have something very strong. Faith in the Guru's words. What the Guru tells, they do, and they also attain moksha. I would have told, I did not take to our class because it becomes unending. There was one, I do not know his sannyas name, Prabodh Maharaj, a Jogad, the helper in Thakur. Old man, short-heighted, and also he has become bent also. Rainy season. Raincoat, canvas shoes, cap, and that in one hand for plucking flowers, stick, and the other hand a small basket. And he has climbed on the lower branches of a tree and picking flowers from there. Because it was slippery, he fell down. And a bad nail, rusted nail entered his feet. Somehow he came to his room and told his friends to call the doctor. Doctor came, bandage, gave him ATS and said, please do not move for 3 days. Seeing that, the General Secretary at that time, revered Gambhiranji, and much manager at that time, Bharat Maharaj Abhayananji, came to his room and said, you have trained your assistant now, you have become old, so you retire, you need not work. He did not reply. 3 days he did not move. 4th day, again, same raincoat, same canvas shoes, same cap, same basket, and he is going again. Our brahmacharis caught him. Maharaj, the big people came and told you don't work. He said, they are not doctors. No? What doctor said, I avoid not. Then I went and said, Maharaj, okay, they are not doctors, but you have become old. He said, why your Swami, who has practically no eyes, takes a class every day? Because Mahapurush Maharaj has told me. And Mahapurush Maharaj has told me, if you do service to Thakur, you will get what you want. So I found among Mahapurush Maharaj's disciples mostly. He told me like this, that's all. So that is the fourth way in the 13th chapter. Dhyana, Sankhya, that is Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and those who do not know any of these, but they have firm faith in the Guru's words, for them what the Guru says, they do that and they get moksha. 13th chapter.
Maharajji, beautiful, but we have only 4 minutes left. Can we get another class on August 13th?
I'm seeing here. I'm seeing.
August 13th.
I'm going to the end almost.
No.
We have got only 4 minutes. Can we get another class on August 13th, Sunday?
One more class on August 13th.
Is it necessary? I am completing today.
Only 3 minutes left, Maharajji, and it is so interesting.
I will tell next week. I am not sure now. Let me complete.
Okay, okay.
14th chapter, 3 gunas, analysis, how they bind a man, how he can cross these 3 gunas, and what is the state of a man who is beyond the 3 gunas. And there one wonderful thing Bhagavan says, he started the Avatara Yoga in the 4th chapter, that he concludes here. Those who worship me with Ananya Bhakti, they cross the 3 gunas. Bhakti. How? Because I am the foundation of Brahman. I am the locus of Brahman. Do you understand this? If you have to realize Brahman in your heart, that is not so easy. But if you see an avatar and see that he is Brahman, your thing is fulfilled. So that is 14th chapter. 15th is a mixture of Jnana and Bhakti. It starts from Vairagya, ends in full realization. So Shankar says this itself is a Shastra. 16th and 17th I already told you are appendices. The reference to Daivi Sampatti, Asuri Sampatti had come in 7th and 9th chapter. They are described. And Shraddhatraya, that you have to follow Shastra. If you don't have Shastra, then he himself says, faith you have, but faith itself is Rajasic, Tamasic and Sattvic. So you have to test yourself. Food habits are different, yajna are different, worship of God is different. And so, and the end he says, some mistake will always be there. So, Om Tat Sat if you say, then all your mistakes will be pardoned. That is the 17th chapter. 18th I already told. So, we had started, actually this is not introduction. This is the summary of each chapter. And 1 to 9 I did not repeat today. 1 to 9 general I had told that day. 9th I was about to start. So today 18th because it will define the whole Gita, and then 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th all I have described. Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetra Ekapanaye Gyanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Duhe Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. You take over, Nirmala.
Thank you, Maharajji. And as Mrs. Kavita Majumdar was mentioning, how lucky we are to have you and to listen to your such profound analysis of 18 chapters of the Gita. We look forward to have you once again. And now I
महाराज जिंदगी में कुछ अच्छा गुण जरूर कर्म किया होगा कि ये सत्संग का मुझे मौका मिला. आई एम रियली थैंकफुल टू ठाकुर. जय ठाकुर.
I would request now Dr. Ranjana Bhattacharya to
पुण्य कर्म के लिए सत्संग सुनने को मिला. उनके पुण्य कर्म के लिए ये सत्संग सुनने को मिला.
I would now request Dr. Ranjana Bhattacharya to sing a devotional song, and with that we'll end the program. Dr. Ranjana Bhattacharya.
Pranam Maharaj, we are very fortunate to have heard you today. I will sing a devotional church song. God gives His people strength if we believe in His way. He's swift to repay all those who bear the burden of the day. God gives His people strength. God gives His people hope. If we but trust in His word, our prayers are always heard. He warmly welcomes anyone who's heard. God gives His people hope. God gives His people love. If we but open wide our hearts, He's sure to do His part. He's always the first to make a start. God gives His people love. God gives His people peace. When sorrow fills us to the brim and courage goes dim, He lays to rest our restlessness in Him. God gives His people peace.
Many thanks, Dr. Bhattacharya, and what a beautiful song. And now we would end today's program. We'll have a similar online program on 13th August, the details of which we'll tell you. And we are so grateful to Maharaj Ji for giving us so much of time and so much of guidance. Thank you very much, Maharaj Ji, and thank you all participants. I now end the program.